All right, ladies and gentlemen. First and foremost, are you? No, but yeah, subscribe, like, comment down below. I'm pretty sure you already know what's gonna happen. You already know what's going on. Also, wow, what a way to start. Are you 18 or older? Oh my days. Am I? Am I 100%, man? What are we talking about? Trigger warning. This visual novel contains potentially upsetting. What's happening? This is our. What? Whoa. Already censored, by the way. Interesting. I'm censoring her immediately. Yeah. So let's just start it. I know about the SCP universe, secure, contain, protect, etc., etc. So I already got my bearings here, Mark. Okay, yada yada. Old saves from version. Oh, thank goodness I haven't really played this, so I think we're good. Please report any other issues you find to Night Fox's email or join our Discord. So, guys, you already know it. I think most games on itch.io, especially visual novels that have like kind of not fully fleshed out enough. You know, we got the bare bones, we got the bones, the skeletal system of the visual novel. You know, like imagining it. There's a structure. They have a Discord because they absolutely need feedback. Any product, any service, you gotta have feedback if you want an improvement. If you don't want any improvement, well, what in the bloody hell are you even trying to do business here or a game? The default name for the protagonist is Henry Hart. You can change that now. What is your name? Leave blank for default. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna leave blank for Henry. What is your surname? Henry Hart, the double H. Waterfall Institute, one of the best universities when it comes to computer science and engineering. What the flip? You know what makes a lot of sense? This is about this specific. I can't remember what SCP she is. You know, like the specific ID numbering. You know, what I do know is that Mal would be is not actively trying to harm you. She just wants to, or it wants to be with you. You know, like your friendly stalker. It's like you're. I'll stalk you back home because I want to know you're safe. I'll even aggressively like start running towards you, like while you're running towards your home, just so I know you're actively trying to go home. It's like one of those things, right? Good intentions but bad execution. I think that's which does lead to paranoia. Now I'm yapping. I'm skipping ahead. We might as well just read the entire SCP wiki about her or about it. Okay. The coursework is rigorous and meant to weed out anyone not committed to or not suited for their degree. Unfortunately for me, that level of academic challenge is kicking my ass at the moment. My name is Henry Hart. I'm a junior at Waterfall Institute, and as of late, I've hit a roadblock. Despite many hours studying and meeting with my professors, my current classes are kicking my ass. Reminds me of my earlier college days, yeah. Until it stopped kicking my ass. Not because it got harder, but rather easier. Which is actually bad. Weirdly enough, the only reason I'm still barely passing is thanks to a classmate of mine, We See Won. That's kind of offensive. We See Won? We See Woon? Korean? We Won. China? Man, I don't know, man. To be honest, she's struggling as well, but she at least understands the lectures and homework better than I do. We've been getting together at the campus library every week to brute force our way through all our assignments. That's what I did. Horrible time. I did this when AI was somewhat starting. You know, ChatGPT can't even search properly. But now everybody could just vibe code, I guess. You know, like, hey, they could use DeepSeek, Claude, ChatGPT. I don't know about Copilot. It's a bit sketchy for the time being. But hey, you know what? Going back to the thing, that's we gotta stop yapping about AI. We've been getting together at the campus library every week to brew. Oh, okay, I read that. The problem is that Siwon is visiting. I'm fucking. Yeah, South Korea. Korean won. Siwon is visiting her family in South Korea this week. Her younger brother Jihee is getting married. That's an easier way. pronunciation of a name. While I wish them the best, this means my prospects of completing this week's homework are grim. It's difficult to coordinate on homework across an ocean and in drastically different time zones, especially when C1 is likely drowning in all the prep work for the wedding. Someone's texting me. Speak of the devil, it's C1. Alright, she's typing, "Hey Henry!" Okay. "I came across this new app during my vacation and immediately thought of you." Alright, it's called MalO. Should be free on the App Store. What is the SCP Foundation doing, man? They're slipping in the DMs. Let me know what you think. I'll be back in town and able to chat in a few days. Alright then. It's not unusual for C1 to send me memes and fun apps she finds. What is unusual is how my phone's battery levels jump all over the place. It's back to normal now. Must have been a bug of some kind. Regardless, I might as well check out this MalO or MalZero app. Alright, MalO version 1.00. About this app. For Henry, never settle for those awkward feelings of being alone ever again. MalO is an exciting interactive experience that will keep you engaged and intrigued. The anxiety of social situations can be nerve-wracking. But after just a few hours of MalO, you will soon goon up. Forget all about those painful emotions of disappointment. Sorry, I need sleep. Be part of the new craze that is quickly becoming the next social substitute. Remember, the more you participate, the more MalO will engage you. Your experience is completely up to you. Absolutely no ads. No ads, you say. I'm installing this bitch now. That app icon is a little ominous, with the stylized O against pure black. The description of the app is interesting. I freaking jumped the gun. I've already read this. So, yeah. Alright. Okay. It's weird that the description has my name in it. Either this is some... It's actually quite a... Yeah, it is quite advanced. But yeah, the App Store does... Wait. No. I'm sorry. I'm like trying to explain this in a way. If your app can do something like that, like a personalized experience, but then you would have to register it, right? You have to have an account. I guess... It is his account. It is at the App Store. His iOS App Store. Doable. I think it's doable. And that call out about anxiety hit close to home. Thanks, C1. You really know how to bury the dagger deep. Still, she recommended it. What harm is there in trying the app out? It's not like the App Store allows malware. Plus, there's supposedly no ads on top of being free. Worst case, it'll just be some ChatGPT knockoff that I can delete later. I hit the install button, set my phone aside as the app downloads, and drag myself out of bed so I can at least get something done today. By the time I return from the bathroom, my phone is done installing MalO. Or so it seems. When I look through my list of app icons and shortcuts, there's nothing new. Maybe the install broke in some way? Could be, you have to reinstall it. I navigate back to the App Store and try to look up the MalO app once more. Strangely, there's no longer any results in my search. Maybe I just so happened to download MalO as it got pulled from the App Store for some reason. Oh well, I'm out of bed now. I might as well attempt to get some homework done. Though without C1 around, that's going to be challenging. I agree. Oh god, remove that entire... It has this guy. Wow. Look at this guy. Alright, for those who are pursuing IT, computer science, computer engineering... You know what? For computer engineering, I'd suggest you're gonna need some cash. Because computer engineering usually involves a lot of like actual hardware, like physical stuff. For IT, usually it's capstone, so you could do a software thing with a database, you know, put it up in the cloud, that sort of thing. For computer science, usually it's a bit of that in IT, but more than that. Like it's really leaning on the software stuff. They're gonna be spamming. For computer science, usually it's to find a client of some kind. It really depends what your school offers you. Is it you're trying to give your capstone project to the school? If they agree, your professor agrees, and the school agrees, then that would be your capstone. If you don't want to do that, you're gonna have to find a client to simulate. Like if the client wants a website with the login feature, this website would be like maybe they want to feature a product of some kind, and there would be some kind of like payment system, such as like bank cards, PayPal. You know, it's what is this? You're gonna have to do whatever the client wants. So what the fuck am I talking about? What am I talking about? Reminds me of like those like different development life cycles. Waterfall. What else? I can't even fucking remember any of them. It's been a year, my man. It's been a year. After 3 hours of beating my head against the wall, I give up and turn to gaming. I only get an hour in before my phone chimes. Is that C1 again? Instead of a text, my phone's showing me a photo of the main food court of a Waterfall Institute. Who sent this? And why is my battery level fluctuating again? And no one can see Mal. I can see a little scamper right down the hallway up to the pillar. I'm about to hard reboot my phone when I notice something odd about the photo. There, behind the pillars, is something out of place. Someone is wearing some kind of animalistic skull mask. The elongated snout makes me think of canines like a dog, fox, or wolf. The HMOFA agenda should be maintained. That's what I would say. A quick search on my computer makes me think it's meant to be the latter. I can't make out of the figure's body from this angle, and with the lighting conditions, she gotta be like double D's or something. Or double, I don't know. It's vaguely humanoid, but beyond that and the mask, I can't pick out any distinguishing features. None of the other people in this photo are giving this weirdo any attention like you might expect. Is this person a cosplayer, a LARPer, or both? The one wearing the mask is staring right at the camera too. Creepy. Either this is some kind of practical joke, an ARG, or I got this picture by accident. There's no way of seeing who sent the photo, as this isn't the usual messaging app. After trying a few things, my only options are to zoom the photo and quit out. Naturally, I do the latter. I also note that my battery display goes back to normal as a result. I try googling the battery issue but can't find anything concrete as to why it might be bouncing all over the place. Damn, she already bouncing? I can get behind that if you catch my drift. I also note that the photo has been automatically saved into my phone's gallery. Oh well, none of my afternoon classes meet today, so I can focus on relaxing and gaming. After a quick bite to eat, I return to vanquishing orcs and collecting loot. The hours fly by. I'm only pulled out of my game when my phone chimes again. Chimes again, huh? I thought I was hearing things earlier, but there's something off about my notification sound. I pick my phone up expecting to see a text from my family, something from C1 or an email. Ooh, I see her again. I see her, the baddie. I see the flasher right there. She's about to flash us. I'm gonna have to whip out the sensor. That's what I'm feeling, man. That's what I'm feeling. Instead of any of that, I'm greeted by another mysterious photo. This time it's one of the quads on campus, specifically between 4 of the major lecture halls. And sure enough, the person in the wolf skull mask is there too. Man, she could be a real freak. They're closer to the camera than the first. Comment down below. Would you willingly install this app, knowing that you may or may not go crazy? Fuck it, I'm lonely. Let's install it. They're closer to the camera than the first picture, but they're still far enough away to be obscured. What a shy little bugger she is, huh? Again, no one else in the photo seems to notice or care about them. As the saying goes, once is happenstance, twice is coincidence, 3 times is enemy action. Wait, that doesn't even sound right. If I get another photo like this, I'll know what this is. I'll know that this is something far more serious than someone sending to the wrong number. For now, I quit out, shake my head to clear my thoughts, then get up from my desk to fix dinner. After scarfing down my meal, it's right back to my computer. I mess around online until 11 PM, at which point I turn everything off and get ready for bed. My phone makes a noise the instant my head hits the pillow. Could it be? Aw, she's hiding behind a little... Damn it, another photo. I recognize the location as the 3rd floor of the university's main library. That's where C1 and I usually study together in one of the meeting rooms. This picture doesn't show said rooms, but it does have the wolf skull individual again. They're peeking out from behind one of the stacks of books as if they were playing hide and seek. At this point, I have to face reality. This is no longer a case of getting messages meant for someone else. Someone is deliberately sending me these photos, but why? If it's an elaborate prank, then it has stopped being the fun kind. Are they trying to unnerve or threaten me into doing something? Could whomever they are be a stalker? It wouldn't be the first time something like this happened at Waterfall. The university has an interesting history to say the least, but none of that helps me now. Now I have to decide what to do, rather assess what I can do about this. I don't know, man. Just call it a day. Get a new phone. There's no phone number to block a report, which is what I normally do in this kind of situation. My only lead is that the MalO app could be related in some way. I checked the list of apps on my phone. Nothing. No sign of MalO and no sign of MalO. Maybe I should back up my data then fully reset my phone. First save of the day. I'm a risky individual. Usually as an IT person who graduated. No, I'm not that good. Let's go with that. I graduated bare minimum. Usually if I was someone who I think like, oh shit, my phone is compromised. If possible, I'd back up my data. Factory reset the phone. That's it. Fully reset it. Also possibly reset a lot of my freaking change my passwords as well. I'm not resetting my phone. I need my furry waifu. I'm not a furry, by the way. If the MalO app is on my phone and truly hidden, it's likely that it has a way of surviving a factory reset. That would make resetting my phone a massive waste of time. I'll have to brainstorm the other options. Sighing, I set my phone aside, pull up the covers, and try to get some sleep. It takes a bit for me to nod off, but once I do, I get the blissful 7 hours of rest. I get 8. Until my dog, until Sandra, family dog, wakes me up around 5. So I only get like 5 hours of sleep or less. I'm awoken in the morning by my phone's alarm. When I go to silence it, I'm greeted by an unwelcome image. Yo, she's so shy. What a baddie. I'm pushing the agenda. The human male, HMOFA, and female anthro agenda. Human male on female anthro agenda. The homofa agenda. We're pushing that shit in. What if it's a virus? What if she's an SCP? She can suck your soul dry. My god, don't threaten me with a good time, as I say. Yep, that's a student lounge where I sometimes nap between classes. You know what? It reminds me of my early first college. Yeah, a bit of a larger university. The library was like pretty good. You could sleep. No one would bother you. As long as you're a student, you get in there, you log in, and you're done. That's pretty much it. And guess who's in one of the mini cubicles looking right at the camera again with glowing red eyes. I swipe away the disturbing photo and stare at my home screen. Why is this happening to me? What am I supposed to do? That's when I notice a notification from my news app. It auto-flags tech articles from the local news outlet so I can keep up with current events. I thumb over to the news app and open it up. Alert: app malware steals bank accounts. Beware of— oh come on, man, this is your average shtick. I've read a lot of this. I'm greeted with an article about some people's bank accounts being compromised. What stands out immediately is that all 20 of the affected people downloaded a new app the previous day. And like the MalO app, this one disappeared from the store and showed no signs of being installed. The article goes on to list out the damages in the thousands of dollars. Did my accounts get hit too? I rush over to my computer to check my bank. I don't trust my phone at this point. After frantically typing in my username and password, I breathe a sigh of relief. All my money is where it should be. There's not much of it left over from my internship, but it's still there. In the Philippines, there's— you know what? Internships— there are paid internships. Big companies, international companies. But is it easy to get in there like it's fucking Home Depot? Like it's Walmart? Nope. Either nepotism or someone is already in and they recommend you to the HR or whatever. Just to be on the safe side, I make sure two-factor authentication is set to use methods other than ones involving my phone. I also change my reset questions so they aren't guessable. There's not much else I can do on that front, but at least I know to watch my account for any suspicious activity. Speaking of suspicious activity, like Among Us, something's not adding up. Why would C1 recommend such a malicious app? I should ask her about it. Hey, why did you recommend that MalO app to me yesterday? She's gonna be like, what do you mean? Yesterday? I did not text you yesterday. I was busy with prep for the wedding. You're sure no one got a hold of her phone? Either either Henry Hart is an absolute baddie of a computer science dude. Computer engineer. I don't even know what his I forgot what his degree is. No one but me has touched my phone. Then how did I get these messages? Do you know that's really weird? Those aren't in my message logs. All I can tell you is that I didn't send those. What's this Malo app thing? Did you download it? Unfortunately, yes. Long story, when will you be back? Not until the 9th. Why? Are you in trouble? Maybe, maybe not. Could all be an elaborate prank by some hacker. Don't worry about it. Enjoy the wedding. I hope I didn't freak C1 out. I probably should have thought things through instead of replying off the cuff. Oh well, I can't do anything about it now. Same goes for the wolf skull issue. I mean, arguably, I think Mal-O wouldn't be so scary if she started off with being hot. Like, instead of being this shy, creepy girl, she comes off like, "Hi, what a hoe. Hi, I'm Mal-O," and she's like, really onto your screen, and I'm like, damn. All right, I'm gonna need some help, Mal-O. You're lonely. I'm lonely. I'm sorry about this. I need money, and I'm too shy to go out. You know. And then she goes like, "All right, time to give Hank the big bank to give you a couple $1,000. You be good? I'm fine. Yeah, that's good." Going back to the thing, I have an 8 a.m. class coming up. I have to be there even if I don't understand half the lecture material. I remember I actually did have something similar experience like this before. Yeah, not the same setup. You know, it was more of a traditional college. It was like an old university, a mix of modern and old like buildings. Sometimes you get something like this. Usually an older class setup. I for my man, for those who are, I can't believe I keep saying this. For those who are starting their college, let me tell you, it's gonna be fast. If high school teachers were at least more open or aren't, they're not that busy. They're busy, but they try to force focus on if you have a question. In college, it's a bit more like if you're in class, that's the only time they have for you. You know, if they unless a professor is willing to like in the group chat like, "Hey guys, I'm available to this day that you can message me," then that's good. But if they're not gonna say that or whatnot, then you're most likely not gonna be they're not gonna be that approachable. Going back to the thing, sure enough, I'm lost in copying notes blindly within 20 minutes. I just have to hope I'm able to decipher things with C1's help when she gets back. The main issue is the sheer amount of material being presented in the 2-hour lecture. Add on that, it's a GTA presenting and not the usual professor, and the whole situation is a losing battle. Speaking of losing battles, my phone dings. I feel like I already know what it's going to be. Oh, look at that! When I glance at the screen, I see the food court once more. And sure enough, the wolf skull is present, but something's changed. Instead of the vaguely humanoid shape they've been up to this point, in all the photos, they have a mostly defined body. Damn, she gotta be packing. Front and back. She got all the curves right there. They're still partially made of shadow, but the curves of the body indicate that they're a woman. Whoa, calm down. Whoa. Down, boy, down. She doesn't have the red eyes of the last photo, which is slightly better for my psyche. How do I feel about this change in situation? It's slightly better. Hit me, dab me up. It's kind of an ego boost that the girl is interested enough in me to go this far. I'm actually quite flattered. I agree with Henry Hart over here. This is quite flattering, to say the least. I feel like I'm a hunk. I'm more than a Chad. I'm a Giga Chad. Wow, am I that charismatic? Still acting like a stalker and taking this possible prank too far is a bit much, but hey, she's a she, I'm a he. What's the problem in that, my man? Or nothing I can do about it at the moment. And even worse, I've lost the thread of the lecture in the minute or so I spent staring at my phone. I tried to resume taking notes, but I can't focus. I'm so locked in with the hot photo of the Malo. Between the course material flying over my head and the most recent picture, I just can't concentrate. All my blood is flowing downwards. Wait, no, that's not in the text. Sorry. I end up surfing the net trying to find if anyone else out there has experienced something similar with a Mallow app or a stalker like this. I waste time in that fashion until the lecture comes to an end. And that will be all. Professor Barwell is still on a leave of absence due to familial emergency, so the exam scheduled for next week will be postponed. In its place, we've already given you an extra assignment to cover that gap in the syllabus. If it was in high school, where they give you a heads up, guys, read this before they give an assignment, or two, they already give you an assignment, or it's an assistant professor, so it's like, well, they can't really do much. So here's the prospectus or the syllabus. Follow this. This is the schedule. Read this in advance. We'll do a quiz. We'll do assignments. We'll do a project. Yeah. Great. That means C1 and I are going to be scrambling even more when she gets back from her trip. For now, I pack my things and head to my next lecture. To get there, I have to pass through the same quad that was in the second photo sent to me. As I pass through, I'm constantly looking around trying to spot someone watching or following me. Nothing and no one stands out despite me keeping my head on a swivel. My nerves are fraying bit by bit. I can only hope my next class can distract me. This lecture goes much better as it's an out of major elective I took on a whim. Sure, the professor has an accent thicker than tar, but I can actually follow his rants about modern media in relation to the classics. It's a nice palate cleanser after the deluge of nonsense I endured earlier in the morning. By the time things wrap up, I'm in a far better mood. There's a gap in my schedule where I can grab lunch and relax for an hour before I have another in-major hell to suffer through. I swing by the main food court, though not merely for food. I want to see if I can figure out where the wolf skull photos were taken from. Failing that, I could try asking some of the employees in the background of those photos if they saw anything. A few minutes of searching and I think I know the general area where the camera must have been to snap those photos. That leads me to asking around to see if anyone remembers seeing a wolf skull girl mask. Or wolf skull girl. It being lunchtime doesn't help the food court workers' moods when I try asking about and showing them the photos. More than once I'm told to fuck off and quit holding up the line. Even when a rare employee does give me the time of day, they don't remember seeing anyone matching that description. I give up. I'll be honest, my dude. If someone was walking through that in a college setup where it's not a cosplay event or an anime event or a school event or school festival, a sports festival, or whatever god awful festivals they have in between the classes or semester, each to their own have, I guess. I guess he's curious. It just makes sense. I'd most likely do the same thing. I give up asking around before the entire food court thinks I'm insane. Insane in the brain, insane in the membrane. I wonder if Wolf Skull Girl or whomever's behind her is photoshopping themselves into otherwise normal photos. I won't know for sure until I get more photos as points of comparison. For now, I grab some food and go outside to eat. Nom 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 nom. Gobble gobble. Right as I toss my trash into a can, that terrible sound comes from my pocket. Yo! She's like, oh, that's so cute, man. This is turning me on. Pause. Well, shit, I'd recognize that lecture hall anywhere, especially after spending my morning in it. The place is completely empty, meaning my tormentor is the only one in the scene. Does this mean they're tracking me somehow, or is it coincidence that they picked somewhere I've been recently? Guys, I already know, the possible endings to this game. I think that's a problem with, unless you do some kind of twisty shit, right? One is the main character, Henry Hart, is gonna is gonna be in an insane, in a insane asylum. He does some fucked up shit like, cuckoo, and does harm to other people. Or 3, he goes crazy once again and does harm to himself. Or 4, we get to do something with the lady in the photos, if you catch my drift. Or 5, we do the amazing digital circus route where somehow our brain gets scanned. Physically we get, you know what I'm saying, but digitally we're in there and we're so in there like it's swimwear. Not even the United Nations with an administrative order can pull me out of this one. Not even the United States of America, like the oil crisis that they kind of fucked up. They pulled out. They ain't pulling me out, broski. They're not pulling me out. Not like I can ask them even if I wanted to. This is such a tease, man. I can't just smash, huh? Or ditch my phone. Oh, okay. As much as that might solve my problems. Some of the internships I applied to recently have more of a old-fashioned process. That means I need to be able to answer my phone instead of going through email or virtual meetings. There are companies like that, but I'm seeing more and more companies leaning towards the, hey, do you have a LinkedIn? If we don't have a LinkedIn, we're not even gonna give you 1 second of our time. You know, you're not even gonna be in our files of possible screening. Because usually when it comes to internships and even job applications, you applied, the moment you don't get a reply, not even a rejection notice, that means it's over, it's done. Just forget about it. If you do get an email saying, hey, can we interview you, yada yada yada, alright, so you got your first interview. And then you have, if it's a computer thing, an IT thing, a system admin thing, computers, you're gonna have a first interview, mostly first interview, a final, no, a technical interview. Like I've seen one of the companies did that. Like if you're gonna be a support engineer or a tech support kind of thing, you need to know your computers in and out, hardware and software. So they're gonna a senior support engineer or support officer or whatever would test you. They'll whip out a computer and you're gonna have to boot it up. Sounds easy, but the moment it doesn't boot, you're like, now you have to troubleshoot, isolate the problem. What else? So, and then a final interview. A final interview usually involves HR, your immediate supervisor, or the head of your ICT, information communication and technology department, or IT department, whatever department you have, the department head, and usually someone from the a way more higher administrative side, like he's the head of the staff department or whatever, no, like staffing or whatever. Either way, I'm yapping. We are wasting. Am I wasting your time? I don't know. That means I need to be able to answer my phone instead of going through email or virtual meetings. I also don't have enough money left to buy a new phone, even if I wanted to. Today sucks. Really, really sucks. If only that girl in the photo sucks me. Okay, and it's only going to get worse when my next class starts. By the time that lecture finishes, my brain is completely fried, my man. At this point, I've run out of fucks to give about pretty much everything. I'd go fuck shopping, but there's no more fucks left to buy, if you catch my drift. The only cure is making something nice for dinner at home and vegging for the rest of the evening. By the time my phone goes off again, I've barely recovered enough energy to care to look at the screen. Wolf Skull Girl is in Central Park. I occasionally take walks there, but haven't been since last week. Good for her. Now if only she would leave me the hell alone. That's not nice, man. But I kind of understand his frustrations. It's either I just got hacked. My entire phone is compromised, but I can't really just smash it. I can't just delete it, because usually when you factory reset, it depends on what kind of malware we're talking about. Is it rootkit? Is it like memory based, like in the hardware, in the RAM possibly, or maybe in the registry? They could be that as well. A background like application or process that starts downloading the malware again. Is it a worm, or is it a Trojan horse kind of thing? What is this? The remainder of my evening is a complete wash. I end up climbing into bed feeling utterly defeated by the world. I debate whether to leave my phone on or not. I can't get pictures if my phone's off. Here's what I'm gonna do. I got my balls tight. You catch me? I'm gonna leave my phone on. I could turn my phone off, but I doubt it matters in the long run. All I'd accomplish is delaying what feels like the inevitable at this point. Hopefully Wolf Skull Girl won't bury me in photos while I'm out. My dream, really a nightmare, is running from Wolf Skull Girl across a dark cornfield. I awake in a cold sweat a few minutes before my alarm would usually go off. When I check my phone, there's a photo waiting for me. Looks like she's in the main computer lab now, and a computer science major would recognize the Emporium. For once, she's not looking directly at the camera. Instead, her side is turned as she focuses on the computer screen. This is so normal. This is so wholesome. Look at it. She's just freaking Mallow over here, just doing, just using a computer. Maybe studying freaking JavaScript, or freaking TypeScript, or Python, or RenPy, or Golang specifically. Maybe studying Blender. Maybe studying Ubuntu OS, Linux systems, Windows, Microsoft Office. Yes, there is a certification for that, and it's a bit like you have to know the entire Microsoft Office apps as if you know the entire thing, every feature, pretty much. Going back to the thing, I'm morbidly curious what she could be doing. I don't know, man. Googling, tweeting, freaking blue skying. You know, edging. I don't fucking know. I set my phone down and start my morning ritual. When I return to grab it, an entirely new photo is on my phone screen. Fuck, that's right outside my apartment. I rush over to the window and carefully peek out of the curtains. My god, she's so curvy. There's no one in the street where this photo could have been taken. She has to be tracking me somehow. There's no doubt in my mind now. I turn off my phone for good, but all that do is cut me off from any family, friends, or employers trying to contact me. I can't talk to C1 about this while she's away. I can't go to the police. They wouldn't believe me. Yet I have to do something or I'll go insane, my man. It's a good thing I don't have any classes today, otherwise the furniture barrier I make against my front door would be an issue. Wolf Skullgirl won't be getting through that pile of stuff, not unless she's a ghost or comes in through a second-story window. Or maybe through the TV screen. Still, it takes me some time to calm down long enough to handle breakfast. My phone deliberately lays out of reach. I dread even looking in its general direction. I'm on edge. So on edge, in fact, that I let out a high-pitched yelp when my phone goes off. Please don't be another photo, please. Pacemaker firmware corruption leads to 1 dead. Thank God it's just a news article notification. Or is it? On the surface, it reads like your average medical mishap report where someone's pacemaker broke and they ate dirt. The troubling thing is that the breakdown occurred due to the pacemaker's firmware being corrupted. Firmware shouldn't randomly corrupt like that. If someone was running an update that failed, then maybe, but otherwise firmware stays well firm. And as the news article points out, only certain devices are authorized to communicate with something like a pacemaker. The authorized device also has to be in close proximity to the pacemaker. You couldn't update the thing from across the room. What stands out is that the only such device capable of such found in the victim's room was their phone. With all that's happening to me since downloading Mallow, I can't help but wonder, could another mysterious app be behind this death? Is this death somehow related to the financial thefts in the news yesterday? Even more to the point, if everything is related, what does that mean for me? Questions, all I have are questions and paranoia, lots of paranoia. It's getting to the point where I'm googling the signs of schizophrenia and nervous breakdowns in the hopes that all this isn't real. Because if it is real... I can't finish that sentence. I shudder the thought. This has to be a prank gone too far, right? Where's the fucking camera? Where is that stupid YouTuber or streamer? Oh god, this is Kai Sanat's fault, my man. I'm nobody, no one, I have nothing of value, no connections to anyone important. Why target me? My mind is racing, my heart feels like it could burst out of my chest. I can't focus on anything, my man. Adrenaline has me stuck in fight or flight mode. I nearly throw my phone out of a window when it dings again. Oh my god, she wants me. She wants me so bad. Thank god she's not outside my apartment any longer. She's so hot though, man. How could you be so scared? I wouldn't be scared. Comment down below. Steph, are you watching? Would you? But then again, it's like we kind of know the lore already, so we're not that afraid. I've also seen the corners of the internet. I've seen images, comics. You know what I'm talking about. So I'm pretty sure we're not gonna be afraid. But it's like The Walking Dead or Z Nation or like What other freaking? It's like Train to Busan. It's like, what other zombie freaking series have I like? George Romero zombies, I guess. It's like we know zombies. We know the concept of zombies. So if someone does actually become a zombie, we kind of already know what should be done, right? Like bang, you know, washing, like pike them, mercy them, go full on murder jacket Rick, you know. So I kind of understand why he's panicking. But for me, I guess anyone else watching, comment down below. What would you be if someone like her starts messaging on her fucking like 2010, 2014 phone? Would you like, whoa, man, I'm lucky. Because I would. Alright, she's back in the student lounge, a bit far more prominent than before. Her red eyes have returned as well. She's in heat. Maybe I should reconsider turning off my phone. I'd miss any important texts or calls, but at this point, isn't my sanity more important? What a pussy. Leave my phone on. I get the feeling that one way or another, no. Wolf Skull Girl is going to make herself known. Getting pictures from her might be what keeps her from escalating. I get the feeling that somehow, probably through the damn Malo app, she's able to tell if I'm seeing them. If that's the case, I can't just turn off my phone. That would just make things worse. Still, I should try and do something to break these spiraling thoughts. Reminds me like, she keeps on texting me. Loving and I can't keep her from affiliates. She keeps on texting me. Wait, am I correct? Was that the song? Stephanie, loving and I turned to gaming in my office for the time being. It takes a few hours, but I'm able to relax and pretend like nothing's wrong. At least until my phone goes off. It's a food court again, and she's even closer to the camera. Is it my imagination, or is she smiling? Oh, definitely, man. She can smile all she likes. I'm definitely not going to anytime soon. I return to my digital world, but my heart's not in it, my man. I keep expecting my phone to chime at any moment, bringing with it a new photo. I'd fucking goon. The good news is I don't get another photo until after I've laid down in bed, but that's also the bad news. The library again, closer to the camera too. Yo! She's feasting, my man. That's definitely a smile if I've ever seen one. So much for sleeping soundly tonight. What do you mean, man? I don't get much sleep, but at least I don't have nightmares. Even better, there's no new pictures waiting for me when I wake up. Just a news article notification. Opinion AI is here to stay. No shit, my man. Looks like one of Professor Barbold's colleagues is in the news for an opinion piece on AI. I've never met Professor Zelen in person since AI isn't my focus, but I know they do a significant amount of research at the Institute. Zelen's of the opinion that we should embrace AI, that it's a Pandora's box that can't be sealed. Yeah, absolutely. They go on to say that there's a potential for greatness if humanity as a whole focuses on training and enhancing AI systems. I don't necessarily agree to disagree with Zelen's points, I just know that the tech field has to manage AI going forward. Again though, AI isn't my focus, so I'm not overly concerned. Someone much smarter than me can make sure HAL 9000 doesn't kill us all with pictures of poorly drawn hands. I'm about to get out of bed and get ready for my 8 a.m. class when that happens again. Oh fuck. I'm about to end this video, everyone. Subscribe, like, comment down below. Thank you for watching. I'll be checking you out in the next episode of MalOvent. Yeah. See ya. Bye.